Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, important advice as Mainers brace for the arrival of dangerously cold weather.
Plus, fire crews race to save an ice cream factory from a fast-moving fire in Skowhegan.
And students at a local school have donated lots of new socks to help keep the homeless warm this winter. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in on this very chilly Friday morning. Guess what? It's going to get even colder as the day rolls along today. Temperatures are expected to drop below zero later on today, and tomorrow is expected to be very bitterly cold. I know we've been talking about it for a few days, but it's time to get serious. Make your plan. If you, we all should have a kind of a plan just in case. And we'll have some important advice coming up on how to keep your home, your family, your pets safe. But first,
here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast sponsored by the More True team at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we go. Very cold temperatures on the way, dangerously cold temperatures on the way. And it all starts later today and tonight. We have wind chill warnings in effect until about 7 p.m. on Saturday. That's because the wind chill values ranging from 40 to possibly 60 below across the state will be expected. On top of that, though, we do have a blizzard warning in effect until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for any falling snow, that's pretty much almost about done, but also for blowing and drifting snow. We're not supposed to see a lot of snow in the northern ends of the state, but it'll be blowing around very bad with winds that'll gust up to 40 miles per hour at times. We also have a gale warning up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well along the coast because of those gusty winds. And with the gusty winds stirring up the water and how cold it is, a freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. So lots of advisories in effect because of the cold and the wind at this point. But for now, we have been watching the snow tracking in from the northwest to the south and east. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It'll be moving out of here very quickly if it hasn't already by this point. And we're going to be seeing temperatures that will be falling very quickly as the day progresses on. If any good news, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, but the colder temperatures will be moving in. And look how stacked this pressure gradient is. It's helping to show how strong the winds will be getting from time to time. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Sunshine to start, so at least we'll see a good amount of sunshine, but falling temperatures and gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, the life-threatening cold temperatures could set an all-time record in parts of the country. 50 million Americans are now under wind chill alerts. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
This morning, millions of Americans from Montana to Maine bracing for a blast of Arctic air so frigid, some places could feel like minus 60 degrees.
It is down into the single digits and the wind is going to be howling.
Boston declaring a cold emergency. Schools are closed and warming centers are open. Wind chills there expected to plunge to 33 below zero tomorrow.
I get my coat on and then my gloves are in my bag and I have my hat and I just bundle up as much as possible.
New Hampshire's governor warning residents to take this seriously.
At negative 30 degrees, hypothermia can set in just 10 minutes, and we know it's going to be even colder than that across the entire state.
Meanwhile, in the south, warmer temperatures finally on the way after that deadly multi-day ice storm. Hundreds of thousands of power outages still reported late yesterday.
Slick roads and the terrain and ice. Tree limbs falling out of the trees.
Officials in Austin, Texas now saying they're not sure when power will be fully restored. Just as quickly as the cold came into the northern tier of the country, it will leave by Sunday, with above normal temperatures expected next week.
Maine Emergency Management wants to remind everyone to be prepared for the unexpected over the next couple of days so you and your family can be safe. They say even if you have adequate supplies, there could be issues you aren't aware of or haven't anticipated, so having a plan can't hurt.
Our emphasis is on make a plan. Just because you think you don't need, just because you think you won't need a warming center doesn't mean maybe your power is going to go out. So how are you going to get there? How will you get there if your car doesn't start? Where's the one closest to you?
Or your furnace breaks down. You just never know. Could be the day. Well, several organizations are also opening their doors to help keep people warm in the coming days. You can see a list of some of the available warming centers right there on your screen. From Augusta all the way up to Aroostook County, there are dozens of facilities helping to keep people warm across the region, including many that are not listed here. For a complete list of the warming centers, you can head on over to our website at foxbangor.com.
With the wind chill expected to make it feel well below zero, officials are telling Mainers not to wait until their fuel tank is empty to look for heating assistance. Megan Hannon, Executive Director of Maine Community Action Partnerships, says Maine has seen increased federal funding for the Home Energy Assistance Program, or HEAP, thanks to the efforts of Maine's congressional delegation and bipartisan legislation passed at the start of this session in Augusta. Maine community action agencies got an additional $40 million for HEAP and $10 million to help deliver emergency fuel assistance. She says private donors and fuel companies are also stepping up to help. Hannon says call your local community action program or dial 211 to find more information about heating resources.
Well, a Bangor man will appear in court this morning to receive a sentence for a brutal assault. 42-year-old Joshua McAuliffe was charged with stabbing a woman in September of 2020. The woman was attacked in a home on Westland Street while her children were in the home. She received serious injuries, and McAuliffe, a former boxer, was charged with attempted murder and other charges. Today, he'll be sentenced for a charge of elevated aggravated assault. Sentencing is expected to take place this morning, right around 8:30 at the Penobscot Judicial Center.
I would just note firefighters from several communities battled the bitter cold while also battling a stubborn fire in Surrey. Our Matthew Juroncic was there.
The town of Surrey and nearby communities came together to take down a fire at 440 Morgan Bay Road Thursday morning.
Yeah, at 9:13 this morning, we were dispatched for a fully involved structure fire.
Surrey was joined by Ellsworth, Blue Hill, Orland, and Sedgwick fire departments. At this time, McClellan says the fire is under investigation, but early indications say a chimney fire likely caused this incident. McClellan says there were lots of challenges they had to overcome fighting this blaze.
There's no water system in the town of Surrey, so we have to truck all the water we need here.
But what this small town has is community spirit, that public support. Neighbors and members of the local community stepped in to make sure the homeowner and firefighters were taken care of.
He's just a really amazing carpenter. He's a super kind person. He always goes out of his way to help anybody that needs help.
For Valerie Feldkamp, she says seeing this home burn down hit her extra hard.
I grew up right in this area. My childhood home is just down the road. I've been very familiar with the place and the area like my whole life. It's very sad to see it go.
And with the very cold temperatures coming in the next few days, residents are rallying and doing what they can to help the homeowner.
I already told him that he is absolutely welcome to stay at our house as long as he needs. We have a really nice neighborly, friendship, and so of course I've extended anything that we can do to help him.
In Surrey, Matthew Juroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Giffords ice cream plant in Skowhegan will be shut down for a while after a fire there Thursday morning. Nobody was hurt, and there were 36 people working inside the building when it started. Everyone made it out safely. Investigators say the fire started in a freezer. Firefighters say it caused significant damage to part of the manufacturing plant and the offices.
This is indicative of what it takes in rural Maine to mitigate emergencies. It takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of people, and bringing them together.
There was likely an accident, but it remains under investigation.
2 men from Manchester, England, pleaded guilty to interference with a flight crew and assault in U.S. District Court in Bangor yesterday in connection with an incident on a TUI Airways flight that was forced to divert to Bangor International Airport last month. 36-year-old Anthony Kirby and 36-year-old Damian Murphy were passengers on the flight traveling from Cancun, Mexico to Manchester, England on January 2nd. The investigation revealed that Kirby and Murphy were upset after being cut off from further alcohol service. They took out a large bottle of alcohol they were carrying, becoming increasingly intoxicated and using racial slurs. Murphy assaulted a flight attendant and Kirby assaulted a passenger. The flight diverted to BIA, where they were met by Federal Air Marshal Service, U.S. Customs, and Border Protection. The FBI and Bangor Police were there as well. Both men face decades in prison, fines of up to $250,000, and years of supervised release. It's not clear when they'll be sentenced.
The Maine Veterans Dental Network will be able to continue its services for veterans thanks to a grant from Northeast Delta Dental. It's providing the program with $200,000. A statement from the Mills administration says with this new funding, the Maine Bureau of Veterans Services will reach out to the 232 veterans who sought dental services in 2022 before the money was exhausted, and then they'll work with new applicants in 2023. To find out how to qualify or fill out an application, you can follow the link to this story on our website at foxbangor.com.
2 inmates at the Penobscot County Jail in Bangor have been charged for smuggling drugs into the facility. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office on Thursday, January 19th, correctional officers responded to a medical event within the jail, resulting in 3 female inmates being transported to a local hospital for treatment. The incident involved a large amount of drugs that had been smuggled into the facility by a female inmate. Over several days after the incident, an extensive investigation of the jail yielded the location of a container of drugs that contained over 18 grams of fentanyl. Yesterday, 30-year-old Karen Jordan of Springfield, Maine, was charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs and 1 count of felony trafficking in prison contraband. And 39-year-old Heather Carlo of Portland was charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs and 1 count of violating conditions of release.
Well, the number of Maine drug overdose deaths continues to climb. That's according to a new report released by the Maine Attorney General's office. The year-end report for 2022 found more than 10,000 overdoses were reported in Maine. There were 716 suspected or confirmed deaths. Nearly 80% of the confirmed drugs overdoses in 2022 were attributed to fentanyl, either by itself or in combination with other drugs. Gordon Smith, the state's director of opioid response, says, quote, "This opioid epidemic today is more lethal than ever due to illicit drugs like fentanyl, which is responsible for 8 out of every 10 overdose deaths in Maine. We will use every avenue available to support all Maine people, families, and communities affected by the opioid crisis and bring resources for prevention into every community and school in our state."
The time is now 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, important advice from the experts on how to keep ourselves and our pets safe as the temperatures continue to drop.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. We can expect partly cloudy conditions today with a high near 13. The temperatures will drop from there. Tonight, mostly clear with temperatures minus 24 or even more. Tomorrow, a mostly sunny day with highs near 2 degrees.
Here at Black Fly Coffee Company, quality will never be compromised. No matter what type of coffee you choose, whether it's hot, iced, or frozen, you can feel confident that our products are the highest caliber. We're here to assist you with your morning cup of joe, along with your mid-afternoon pick-me-up. And while here, grab a pastry for a snack. We always have fresh pastries available from a local business right here in the area. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
We started Fairway Auto Sales because it was a dream of mine to have my own place. I'd worked for dealerships for over 20 years. My wife Nicole encouraged me to go out on my own. At Fairway, you're going to get an honest transaction from start to finish.
When you come to Fairway Auto Sales, you should expect to be greeted by the owners. We'll take you out on the lot. We're going to look at each vehicle and see which one fits you and your family. We like to say, come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than just a tagline. It's the way we do business.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Cat Tracks Incorporated, Central Maine Denture, John Baptist Memorial High School, Natural Living Center, Rack Attack Basketball, and Silver Fox Automotive.
back to Good Morning Maine. We're seeing many events changing schedules due to the weather on Saturday. Among those is the U.S. National Toboggan Championships being held at the Camden Snow Bowl this weekend. Between the early warm temps that kept Hosmer Pond from freezing enough to be safe and now the Arctic blast headed our way, organizers have decided to change this two-day event into just a Sunday event. The call was made for safety reasons for both participants and volunteers.
We can handle the cold, and our racers that have been doing this long enough, you know, they know what it's about being out here all day, all weekend. But this is a whole different animal.
The championships will now happen starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday with a full day of racing. It's expected that the finals will start at around 1 p.m. On another note, the mountain will be closed to skiing tonight and also closed all day tomorrow because of those frigid temperatures.
Well, as we watch the temperatures fall, experts say we shouldn't take our health for granted. Paying attention to our surroundings could be the difference between life and death. Dr. Christopher O'Connell from Northern Light Family Medicine in Hamden says that prevention is the key. Do everything you can to keep yourself warm. If you have to go outside and brave the elements, make sure to dress in layers. And also keep in mind that having your layers too tight can produce compression that will also constrict blood flow. We don't want that. Covering your hands and face is a must. Frostbite can set in quickly with wind chills reading in the negative 40 or 50 range.
All right. Well, Dr. O'Connell also says that parents need to take special care, making sure kids and elderly family members are being looked after. Walkways can be slick despite your best efforts to salt them. And if you feel any numbness in your body, reheat slowly. You can do more damage by using water that is too hot or using friction that might be too rough while you are feeling numb. All right, and it's important to not only keep yourself warm, but also consider the safety of your pets. Bangor Humane Society's Director of Development and Communications, Catherine Ravenscraft, says the most important thing you can do is bring your animal indoors.
Especially with that wind chill dropping down to close to minus 50 over the next couple of days, it's going to be really important that even those animals that maybe spend some time outdoors be brought inside so that they're safe.
Ravenscraft says if you have an animal that enjoys the outdoors and cold weather, make sure you have a shelter accessible to them that is lined with straw, make sure it's warm, and constantly check to ensure there's adequate food and fresh, not frozen water. Ravenscraft says the Humane Society is kenneling pets for the homeless in Bangor that cannot be taken in and cared for elsewhere. If interested, you should reach out to the Bangor Police Department. They can arrange accommodations for picking up the pet.
What a nice service they're offering there.
Absolutely.
That's something a lot of us we don't think about. Keep your pets in mind though. If you're cold, they're cold, and their little feet outside.
Yeah. If I see any pets outside, I'm going to corral them and bring them into my house either way.
There you go.
Well, the time now is 8:18. After the break, we'll check out how students at All Saints Catholic School in Bangor are working together to help people stay warm.
Plus, we'll hear about the Chinese spy balloon that has popped up in the skies over Montana and why the president, for now, plans on letting it be. That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Where do you go when you need a real estate appraisal? Who has the experience that I need? Who can I trust? Maine Val has over 30 years of experience across the state of Maine in providing top-quality real estate appraisal services. Contact us today and speak with one of our many licensed professionals. Maine Val, quality delivered on schedule. Call us today at 207-573-3222. That's 573-3222.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Having a hard time finding that perfect gift? No worries. From now until February 14th, Quality Jewelers is offering one-stop shopping for all your Valentine's Day needs. Every purchase will come with a bonus gift, and our gift package makes shopping this Valentine's Day easy. You'll get chocolates, a stuffed animal, and a Valentine's Day card to fill out. If you're looking for the easiest way to really impress that special someone, look no further than Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
In the midst of dropping temperatures, many are finding ways to help those in need. As part of the Maine Catholic Schools Week sock drive, All Saints Catholic School in Bangor is supplying socks to those in need. On Thursday, middle school students clipped the socks to the York Street Sock Garden next to the congregation Beth Israel, where anyone who needs socks is free to come and take them.
For people who don't have the money to buy socks, and so it's helping them in the cold. So if they have cold or wet feet, it's very helpful. I really like giving back to the community, so I do lots of drives like this at home and in school.
According to All Saints Principal Matthew Houghton, the Sock Garden is a collaborative effort involving several communities, and the school plans to continue participating in the future. Pretty neat. I was telling you earlier, too, a friend overheard some homeless people out there. They were collecting the socks last night, and they were very thankful.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Well, will it be an early spring or another 6 weeks of winter? A group in Augusta says they have the answer. David Ledford has the story.
After rising from his annual hibernation at 10:15 Thursday morning, Maine's own Kennebec Kenny greeted visitors and residents at the Augusta Center for Health and Rehabilitation this Groundhog Day. Upon leaving the comfort of his burrow, Kenny was surprised to see his own shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter for the state. Those in attendance shared their feelings about the groundhog's forecast.
I'm a summer fan, but I'm a Mainer, so why not ride out the next 6 weeks? And we're looking forward to next February.
This is the first year the center has held the event, but visitors say they were excited for the new tradition. Keith Smith, the director of activities at the center, shared why this was the year to wake Kenny from his winter slumber.
Unfortunately, we can't depend upon Punxsutawney Phil's prediction for Maine. I mean, he's a Pennsylvania groundhog. We needed a more local forecaster, so we've called upon our resident groundhog, Kennebec Kenny, to do the work for us.
Kenny's prediction follows Punxsutawney Phil's reaction in Pennsylvania, where the famous critter provided the same announcement. While many may flock to the annual event at Gobbler's Knob, Phil's longtime home, one visitor came all the way from Vermont to see Kennebec Kenny, driving 3.5 hours to witness the Maine groundhog's prediction.
I feel great. Glad to be here. Glad to see Kennebec Kenny for the first time. I hope it's a yearly thing that happens here. I think it's wonderful for the residents. I like it because we like the snow.
After the event, visitors were welcomed into the center to enjoy breakfast treats alongside Kenny. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, it's nice seeing people having fun with it, you know.
Yeah,
so creating some smiles down
Longer
there.
winter, though, I guess, is what Punxsy Phil said.
Yeah, I think we all knew that was going to happen.
With this forecast.
You know, on the other hand, in just a couple of days, like even on Sunday, it's going to rebound. I'll be up in the 30s. Next week, we're going to have above temperatures. You know, so I think this ice is really going to help with the ice conditions, and then we're going to have like 40-degree weather behind it.
I hope it holds out, though. Maine Pond Hockey Classic was rescheduled for a little later, so I hope I hope all of this will help it stay thick enough that those things can go on.
It's just been a bizarre winter, and
Really.
it continues. For the latest on our forecast, here's Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the Mortrue team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Wind chill warnings in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday for the entire state because of wind chill values that can range from 40 to 60 below zero from time to time, especially with overnight lows near 24 below later on tonight as well. Otherwise, blizzard warnings out for the areas highlighted here in orange until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for falling snow, but also for blowing snow as well. Even with just 1 inch of snow, visibilities are expected to be very bad, hence why the advisory is up We also have gale warnings up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well, and especially along the coast, and that's because we're watching for active surf as a result of the wind. Freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday as well. So lots of advisories out. This basically means that the water will wash up on shore and basically freeze with the colder temperatures. And here are those colder temperatures that will be moving in. Look at Clayton Lake, 29 below at one point though. And other spots getting down to 24, 25 below. So temperatures will be very cold from time to time, dangerously cold. But the good news is not lasting very long. As we march through Saturday and even into parts of Sunday, this colder air will get out of here and we'll be back to more comfortable levels, especially by Sunday afternoon. Same time frame. Here are the feels like temperatures that we're expecting. Getting rather dangerous out there, getting close to 60 below in Clayton Lake and getting close to 50 below in Bangor. So this will be very dangerous temperatures. A good time to stay inside if you can and limit time outdoors. If you have to be outside, definitely make sure to bundle up if you can. And then, of course, with the same idea, though, we'll see things improving, especially by Sunday afternoon as temperatures begin to rise. So thankfully, this cold snap will be very short-lived. Our average high is 29 degrees. We'll reach for the lower teens today, although hit very early. We'll see falling temperatures during the afternoon. We'll at least get above zero Saturday with 2 degrees. Back into 30s Sunday and possibly 40s as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Here's the radar in satellite right now. We're watching all this tracking from the north and west, going toward the south and east. Not a lot of snow with this, just enough we'll get some snow to fall. And of course, it will blow around as well with a gusty wind, so we'll need to keep an eye on that as it does develop. Here's a cold front right about in here, moving from the west, going toward the east, and of course, the doors to the Arctic opening up in a hurry once this front passes. So there's not a whole lot of other activity behind it, but the colder air will begin to move in. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds and a gusty north wind that we'll need to watch out for from time to time as well. Ocean effect snow as well because of how cold it will be with the winds blowing over the ocean. By your Saturday, we'll be under a mostly sunny sky, so the sunshine will help, although it will still be rather cold with more clouds on the way as we head towards Saturday night into parts of Sunday with maybe some snow along the coast. So your forecast for today, 13 degrees, partly cloudy with falling temperatures. Northwest wind at about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 24 below, mostly clear and dangerously cold. That west wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 2 degrees, mostly sunny, dangerously cold again because of those low wind chills. That west wind getting up to about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. So here we go. Mostly sunny Saturday, highs around 2 degrees again. Snow chances move in on Sunday, highs in the lower 30s. Upper 30s Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from fabrics and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Nana's Attic started many years ago for me. When I was a young fellow, I used to go with my grandmother collecting antiques and selling antiques. I went on many trips with Nana as I was fascinated with the world of antiques and the history behind old things. They remind you of days that have gone by, but spark memories of youth and hanging out with loved ones that are no longer with us. Now I've made that dream a reality. First with my Ellsworth Flea Market, and now my own store, Nana's Attic and Then Some, located in the old Olympia Sports in Ellsworth, where you'll find treasures and antiques galore.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. In a striking development, the Pentagon is monitoring a massive spy balloon suspected to be from China that is now hovering over the northern part of the U.S. Officials tell ABC News President Biden has decided against shooting the balloon down for now, but is keeping all options open. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has more from Washington.
Amid heightened tensions with China, the Pentagon is tracking a suspected Chinese spy balloon flying over the U.S. High above Montana, images show the balloon the U.S. officials say is unmanned, the size of 3 buses with a technology base suspended below it.
Once the balloon was detected, the U.S. government acted immediately to protect against the collection of sensitive information.
A senior defense official says the U.S. has been monitoring the balloon for a couple of days and that it contains limited value for collecting intelligence. The Pentagon adding the balloon is flying above commercial airspace and poses no present military or physical threat to people on the ground. But Montana is home to several nuclear missile silos.
There are intercontinental ballistic missiles, the Minuteman III, that have silos right here in the United States.
U.S. officials tell ABC News President Biden was briefed on the situation and asked for, quote, military options, later agreeing with the recommendation of military leaders and deciding against shooting down the balloon for now because of risks to civilians.
At first, I thought it was a star.
The sighting comes just days before Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to travel to Beijing, the first visit of a U.S. Secretary of State to China in more than 4 years.
They want the Americans to see that they do have the capabilities to put sensitive military collection devices like these over the continental United States.
Overnight, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy calling for a meeting of top congressional leaders, calling out China's brazen disregard for U.S. sovereignty. Now, Beijing has not denied that the balloon came from China. In a new statement, the Chinese Foreign Ministry says they're looking into the reports, adding they have no intention of violating another country's airspace.
Well, meanwhile, the House voted to remove a congresswoman from a powerful committee for her past comments viewed as anti-Israel. Now the finger pointing at political revenge is in the House as both parties accuse the other of playing games. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
The resolution is adopted.
The House has voted, along party lines, to remove Congresswoman Ilhan Omar from the House Foreign Affairs Committee for her past comments against Israel.
Words matter. Rhetoric matters. It leads to harm.
Proposed by Representative Max Miller, the resolution says Omar's comments, deemed anti-Semitic in the past, disqualify her from such a powerful committee.
She cannot be an objective contributor to the work of the committee, and she has brought dishonor to the House of Representatives.
Omar has been forced to apologize previously for anti-Semitic remarks. Democrats say they've moved on.
Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected, because when you push power, power pushes back.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America.
Democrats say Omar's removal is retribution for the last Congress, stripping committees from Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene for extremist rhetoric and Paul Gosar for sharing a violent video directed at another member.
It's not about accountability. It's about political revenge.
Representative Omar can still serve on her other committees, just not on foreign affairs. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll get a glimpse of the world's oldest dog, who's coming up on his 31st birthday.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Carroll Drug Store, Coastal Auto Parts, Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, First National Bank, Moosehead Motorsports, and Mount Desert Spring Water.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.
Well, today is Friday, January 3rd, 2023. It's also Feed the Birds Day, which is part of National Feed the Birds Month. It's celebrated each year to bring attention to the extra help birds need this time of year when their food starts running out. It's also a great time to teach kids about the types of foods that birds like to eat and how to tend to bird feeders. Kind of rewarding, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of these little gourds sitting around since Halloween, and I just finally chucked them in the backyard yesterday. I was like, the squirrels and the birds, they need this right now.
Yeah.
Because they last, the gourds inside, though, they last too long.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'll save them for when it gets too cold. And
Putting them to good use, yeah.
My mom will save the pumpkin seeds from when we carve a pumpkin, and then she'll save them for this time of year, too. So
awesome.
Right, and then we have nice little neighbors in the backyard.
Yep. Get to watch the birds.
Right. Well, on this day in history, in 1959, a horrible plane crash killed some of the top performers of the day. Rock and roll singers Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and J.P. Richardson, who was better known as the Big Bopper, were all killed when their plane crashed in Iowa. A tragedy that also inspired the song The Day the Music Died by Don McLean.
Continue on. I almost started reading.
And I was distracted because I knew I pronounced his last name wrong again.
Don McLean.
McLean.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Well, in 1947, the coldest recorded temperature in North America was documented in Canada at 81 degrees below zero. And in 1994, a woman astronaut took control of the space shuttle Discovery, the first time a female had ever operated a spaceship as a pilot.
You know, we're getting close to breaking that cold record this week, in some parts of the country.
In certain places, around Katahdin, they could.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, today's birthdays include actor Nathan Lane, who was 66, actress Isla Fisher. Isla Fisher. I'll get it. No, I won't get it right. Just one of these days. You guys.
That was me with McLean's name.
Right. She's 46. Wonderful actor in Wedding Crashers, a bunch of other things too.
Cool.
Rapper Sean Kingston is 32, and actress Blythe Danner is 79. This is also the birthday of the late painter Norman Rockwell, who was born in New York City way back in 1894.
I didn't know he was born that long ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
well, that makes sense because it was the 50s and 60s.
The Saturday Evening Post, I think, a lot of his work would appear on the cover, and a lot of people still have those covers around as artwork in their home.
I have one. It's great. I mean, you can find them for a nice little treat at an antique store for maybe $5 or $6.
Yeah.
At least you could a few years ago. Maybe it's different now. But
part of America's history right there.
Hey, and let's throw it over to Devin Biggs so we don't go over time.
Yeah, good call. Here's Devin with your forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast sponsored by the More True team at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we go. Very cold temperatures on the way, dangerously cold temperatures on the way, and it all starts later today and tonight. We have wind chill warnings in effect until about 7 p.m. on Saturday. That's because of wind chill values ranging from 40 to possibly 60 below across the state will be expected. On top of that, though, we do have a blizzard warning in effect until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for any falling snow, that's pretty much almost about done, but also for blowing and drifting snow. We're not supposed to see a lot of snow in the northern ends of the state, but it'll be blowing around very bad with winds that'll gust up to 40 miles per hour at times. We also have a gale warning up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well along the coast because of those gusty winds. And with the gusty winds stirring up the water and how cold it is, a freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday as well. So lots of advisories in effect because of the cold and the wind at this point. But for now, we have been watching the snow tracking in from the northwest to the south and east. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It'll be moving out of here very quickly if it hasn't already by this point. And we're going to be seeing temperatures that will be falling very quickly as the day progresses on. If any good news, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, but the colder temperatures will be moving in. And look how stacked this pressure gradient is. It's helping to show how strong the winds will be getting from time to time. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Sunshine to start, so at least we'll see a good amount of sunshine, but falling temperatures and gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
So be forewarned, the really cold stuff is on the way.
Right. I know it's dropped, what, about 7 degrees since we've been in this morning?
It's going to keep going down all day
crazy.
long.
Okay, well, 2 weeks after announcing the world's oldest living dog, Guinness World Records finds evidence of a dog even older. Meet Bobby, the world's oldest living dog ever. He is 30 years and 266 days old as of February 1st. This good boy lived his entire life with the Costa family in a rural village in Portugal. The canine is a purebred Rafeiro do Aliento with an average life expectancy of 12 to 14 years. Bobby was born May 11th, 1992. His age has been verified by a pet database authorized by the Portuguese government. I'm struggling here. I'm so sorry. However, this pup almost didn't make it this far. His family was going to put down the litter because they couldn't keep any more animals. The parents grabbed the pups the day after they were born when the mom was away, but they missed one. The Costa brothers found Bobby days later and decided to keep his existence a secret. By the time Bobby was found, his eyes were open and he became part of the family. He breaks nearly a century-old record from Guinness World Records. The previous oldest dog ever was Bluey, an Australian cattle dog who lived to be 29 years, 5 months old back in 1939. So now I know where that, the name for the children's show came from.
I wish all the dogs would live that long. That would be kind of nice.
If we had, I think a lot of people, if they had one wish, it'd be, can my dog live longer?
Actually, my sister had a Pomeranian. I'm glad that one didn't live. All right, we'll be back with sports right after this. Awful dog. Awful.
They will.
Get the lowest prices of the season on ultra-luxurious stationery and reclining furniture during Flex Deal's Latitude sale. Feel the comfort and luxury of our Port Royal and Rhapsody leather and fabric sectionals. Or feel the power of our Wicklow and Miller leather power reclining collection. All made with the heart of steel. The quality and comfort is Flex Deal. Save big today during Flex Deal's Latitude sale.
Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden, open 7 days a week until 5 p.m.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Justin, who works with people who are brain injured in a residential care facility.
Make sure you're compatible, because if you're going to be a DSP, you want to do it because you want to and enjoy it, not for a job. The right personality and character traits, in my opinion, to be a DSP is kind, caring, outgoing, and understanding.
Visit mainjobs.care/WFVX to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. All new Friday Night SmackDown tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some big news. The Naismith Awards released their semifinalists for their Boys High School Player of the Year on Thursday. And Maine's Cooper Flagg is one of 10 named to the list and one of just 2 sophomores on that list. According to Max Preps, the Newport native is averaging just over 10 points and over 5 rebounds per game, also adding 3 assists, just around 2 steals and 2 blocks a game as well in his first season with Montverde Academy. Last year, he became the first freshman to win the Maine Gatorade Player of the Year, and now, just 1 season later, could be named the National Player of the Year. Pretty impressive stuff right there. Let's go to the track now. It's been yet another impressive season so far for the Bangor Rams. Their girls team is once again a favorite to win the Class A title. Recently, they put some names in the record books as well. The Rams 4x200-meter relay team of Anna Connors, Callie Tennant, Evelyn Humbert, and Madeline Ty recorded the fastest time in the state this year, setting a facilities record for UMaine in the process with a time of just over 1 minute and 48 seconds. That's just 2 seconds off a state record. Connors, who just set the state record in the 200-meter dash this weekend, was a part of the 4x200 team that set that facilities record years ago when she was a freshman.
Yeah, that team is amazing. We've been running here for a while together. It's all juniors and seniors, and it was really fun to get to break that record with them. I set it my freshman year with a bunch of the seniors, so that was really cool to get the chance to be able to break it again with another great group of girls.
On the distance side of things, junior Katie McCarthy took the top spot in the state temporarily on Thursday, running the 800-meter race in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. She's in second right now, but that was a personal record for her on Thursday. She runs cross-country in the fall and outdoor track in the spring, but this is her first season of indoor, and she says it's her relationships with her teammates that brought her to running this winter.
It's so much fun. Like, you just want to be at practice and you want to be at meets and stuff and stay late to see everyone. Like, some of the meets we've been able to leave early because it's a weeknight or whatever, but we've wanted to stay and just see everyone and watch everybody else improve.
And they have been a wagon these last few seasons. Looking forward to see what they can do at states. We head to Herman High School now, where a Hawks football player just made school history. Star lineman Jacob Dow signed his national letter of intent to play for Maine football starting in the fall. The senior will become the first Herman football player ever to play for a Division I team. He put pen to paper at a ceremony on Wednesday in front of his teammates, coaches, and his family, a family that Dow says was just one of the many reasons he wanted to stay home and become a Black Bear.
I got 2 little siblings, so wanting to see them grow up and having all the support like home and nearby, like 30 minutes away, is really nice. Coaching-wise, Coach Kugler's awesome. He's our O-line coach there. There's a lot of new coaches as well. So I feel like I'm going to fit in very well. They're going to develop me the first year or two maybe, and then see where it goes from there.
All right, he is just one of 23 players to sign with Maine on their signing period on Wednesday. Head coach Jordan Stevens says that at 6'5", 255, he has the frame and athleticism to grow into a great lineman, adding that he will flourish in the program. His high school coach Kyle Gallant has seen everything Dow offers on the field, but he says what really counts is who he is outside of those white lines.
I'm excited for him, you know, and really it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with everything Jacob Dow. He's a great student, great leader. He's a great community member. I mean, he was coaching flag football every Sunday from 9 a.m. to noon with all of our, you know, our other captains and seniors. So just a great kid all around, and UMaine's getting a good one.
All right. Congratulations, Jacob. Looking forward to see what he can do up in Orono. Let's stay with some high school sports now, and we'll get to some hoops coverage, starting off over in Herman for a Class B girls matchup. Hawks and Vikings are going at it. Just a few more games left here in the regular season. Hawks looking sharp in the pink, and the Vikings playing pretty sharp too. First half, Madeline Dupree gets it. She's going to drive in right here, take the bump, and then get the bank shot to fall. Vikings up big. In the second quarter now, it's the Hawks. Allie Cameron finds Sadie Campbell, and she is nothing but net on the transition 3. Herman would fight, but the Vikes were too much. Dupree again on this catch and shoot, and the Vikings are going to win this one 66-37. Staying in Class B North and over to the Cross Center now. And on the boys' side of things, John Bapst, Old Town paying John Bapst a visit. Coyotes looking for their 9th straight win. Second quarter, Old Town up. Gavin Tebow to Gabe Gifford. Nothing but net from the top of the key. And the Crusaders now, it's John Pangburn showing off those handles. He gets to his spot. He's going to pull up and sink the mid-range jumper right there. Nice play there from the senior, but the Coyotes were too much. Tebow driving to the basket, fakes the pass, gets the tough lay-in to fall. Great move right there. And then this time it's going to be Braden Brown. He's going to get the kick from Brendan Mahaney, and he wants all 3 of those. Coyotes win this one 71-32. All right, up to Lincoln for some Class C girls action. Mattanock hosting the Pandas of Lee Academy. Let's start in the third. Lauren House bringing it down for the Lynx. She dishes it to Lily Watton. She gets around the defender and nails the floater. Lynx up big. Fourth quarter now. It's the Pandas with it. Aubrey Gifford taking it to herself in the paint. Nothing but net on the floater for the Pandas. Finally, it's Mattanock Kiara Jenkins to Juliana Klauke on the wing. and the freshman is going to get the three with the shooter's bounce. Lynx dominate. They win 73-18. All right, and lastly, some Class A North girls action. Brewer girls hosting Erskine Academy here. We'll start in the second quarter. Allie Flagg with the deep three. That comes up short, but Mariah Roberts in the right spot hits the reverse layup for the putback. Back the other way, the Eagles with it. It's Kaylee Crocker on the drive right here, and she's going to have a real nice pass to Emma Stroud, and she's going to get it to go for two. Nice bounce pass right there. Fundamentals. And then it's Roberts again, this time draining a triple from the top of the key, and the Witches go on to win close one, 36-33. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
Today, my friend, you did it! You did it! You
Good news! A new clinical study showed that Centrum Silver supports cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, it's Centrum Silver.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with the adventure-seeking all-wheel drive RAV4 or the powerful all-wheel drive RAV4 Hybrid, both with Toyota Safety Sense technology included. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
When Zolke Tree Service wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Zolke Tree Service has been serving the greater Bangor area since 2018. Zolke Tree Service offers free in-person quotes. Give us a call today.
Good news for employees as raises may be on the horizon.
Fox Business Network's David Asman has this story and more coming up on Fox Means Business.
Consumers are using more discretion when it comes to discretionary spending. 58% of shoppers surveyed by the company EnShift say they're cutting back on buying non-essential items, and you guessed it, rising prices likely the biggest reason why. But a lot of workers might have more discretionary and disposable income this year. That's because Salary.com says 64% of all organizations are planning higher merit increases in 2023. That's 23% more companies than last year. A shortage of employees is forcing businesses to shell out more money to help retain the ones they do have. The stock market closing dramatically mixed on Thursday. Investors were weighing Wednesday's interest rate hike with good earnings from Facebook's parent company Meta. But Friday could be a different story because Apple, Amazon, and Google's parent Alphabet all reporting some disappointing financial reports after the closing bell. That's business. I'm David Asman.
All right, before we go for this hour, one last check of the weather forecast.
Here's Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Wind chill warnings in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday for the entire state because of wind chill values that can range from 40 to 60 below zero from time to time, especially with overnight lows near 24 below later on tonight as well. Otherwise, blizzard warnings out for the areas highlighted here in orange until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for falling snow, but also for blowing snow as well. Even with just 1 inch of snow, visibilities are expected to be very bad, hence why the advisory is up We also have gale warnings up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well, and especially along the coast, and that's because we're watching for active surf as a result of the wind. Freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. So lots of advisories up. This basically means that the water will wash up on shore and basically freeze with the colder temperatures. And here are those colder temperatures that will be moving in. Look at Clayton Lake, 29 below at one point though. Another spot's getting down to 24, 25 below. So temperatures will be very cold from time to time, dangerously cold. But the good news is not lasting very long. As we march through Saturday and even into parts of Sunday, this colder air will get out of here and we'll be back to more comfortable levels, especially by Sunday afternoon. Same time frame. Here are the feels like temperatures that we're expecting. Getting rather dangerous out there, getting close to 60 below in Clayton Lake and getting close to 50 below in Bangor. So this will be very dangerous temperatures. A good time to stay inside if you can and limit time outdoors. If you have to be outside, definitely make sure to bundle up if you can. And then, of course, with the same idea, though, we'll see things improving, especially by Sunday afternoon as temperatures begin to rise. So thankfully, this cold snap will be very short-lived. Our average high is 29 degrees. We'll reach for the lower teens today, although hit very early. We'll see falling temperatures during the afternoon. We'll at least get above zero Saturday with 2 degrees. Back into 30s Sunday and possibly 40s as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Here's the radar and satellite right now. We're watching all this tracking from the north and west, going toward the south and east. Not a lot of snow with this. Just enough we'll get some snow to fall. And, of course, it will blow around as well with the gusty winds, so we'll need to keep an eye on that as it does develop. Here's a cold front right about in here, moving from the west, going toward the east, and, of course, the doors to the Arctic opening up in a hurry once this front passes. So there's not a whole lot of other activity behind it, but the colder air will begin to move in. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds and a gusty north wind that we'll need to watch out for from time to time as well. Ocean affects snow as well because of how cold it will be with the winds blowing over the ocean. By your Saturday, we'll be under a mostly sunny sky, so the sunshine will help, although it will still be rather cold with more clouds on the way as we head towards Saturday night into parts of Sunday with maybe some snow along the coast. So your forecast for today, 13 degrees, partly cloudy with falling temperatures. Northwest wind at about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 24 below, mostly clear and dangerously cold. That west wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 2 degrees, mostly sunny, dangerously cold again because of those low wind chills. That west wind getting up to about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. So here we go. Mostly sunny Saturday, highs around 2 degrees again. Snow chances move in on Sunday, highs in the lower 30s. Upper 30s Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
I went to Angie and typed in pool,
water heater,
cleaners, garage,
interior painting, exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option. Oh, I have another project. Let me try this.
Get started at Angie.com today.
Whether you're hurt by a box truck or by any commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Come out on top. Call the Twos.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hi, I'm Renee from R&B's Home Source at Clowes Corner in Madison. For over 15 years, we continue to serve the people of Somerset County and beyond with quality products at the lowest possible prices.